Okay, the ballast went on this thing, and when I went up there to change it, it was so corroded and falling apart that I decided just to go ahead and get the new technology. So I went to Home Depot and I purchased this baby right here. This is a commercial electric LED. It's supposed to be good for 50,000 continuous uses. I believe it's got 3,800 lumen or something crazy like that. So this should work really well. We're going to install this. Okay, so here's the light out of the box. As you can see, it's one continuous piece, and you've got to get this top off, which is at the actual bulb. You don't ever have to change this. See that little tab there by my thumb? You got to pop those out. There's about 4 or 5 of them somewhere on this thing. So you got to kind of find them. You got to kind of squish around and look for them. And I mean, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but I finally did get it. Let's see, almost there. And once you open it up, you'll see how simple this mechanism is inside. And looks like we're just about pop. There we go. And now we got it open. All right, so you got a hot, you got a neutral, and you got a ground in here, and you got a ballast. So there's your ground. That's the green one. And there's your hot and your neutral. There's your hot wire right there. And then there's your neutral wire. And these are different because you just shove the wire right in there. Pretty simple to hook up. And you really don't need any tape if you do it right and you cut it properly. And as you can see, there's the ballast on it. It's really small. It's a lot lighter than a traditional fluorescent system. They give you a couple screws and a couple of wire nuts too if you need them. And that's pretty much it. Okay, some things you might need. An electrical tester. I'm going to use this pen. Maybe some wire cutters and strippers. That could come in handy. Also maybe a drill and some bits. How about a tape measure? Some lights, because it's going to be dark in there once I turn the breaker off. And of course you're going to need a ladder. I brought my little trusty pen to check the the thing to see if it's hot. So if I get up close to this, that tells me that that thing is rolling. It's hot. So that's got 120 volts going through it. So I'm going to need to turn all this off before I get going, and then we're going to tear this whole thing out of here. You should go to the breaker box and pop the breaker so that you don't get killed. It's always a good idea. Okay, so I turned off the breaker. Let's see what happens here. All right, you can see there's no electricity going there. Let's check this one over here. Nothing. All right, so over here, nothing. So we should be good. We shouldn't get electrocuted when we pull this off. Okay, first step is we got to get this nut casing off. Unfortunately, I don't have a nut driver to get this thing out of here, so that's how I'm going to do it. That's one. And of course, I dropped the screw somewhere, but we'll find it after I turn the light on. Bring this over here, and we'll get this one off. So far, I haven't been electrocuted. It'd be much easier if I had a nut driver. Pull it down. Right over there is where I got to unbust it. So I got to slide the ladder. Then I got to unhook that. And then I got to unscrew those 2 screws. I've got to unhook these 2 wire nuts, and those are the live leads. And we're going to check that with our electrical thing in a second. Just to double check and make sure that they're cool. So when I check it, there's nothing there. I turn the breaker on, check it out. So you can see that those are hot now. Now I'm going to turn it off. So we can go ahead and unhook those, and then we're going to have to pull them out through there. I'm going to bend that up so we can get it out of there. I'm going to double check it again. Seems good. So if I pop these down, this was just shoved in there. You know what I mean? So I can pull that out like that. Alright, so I'm going to try to get these wires separated. Here. If I pop this off, now that's done. So now I can just hang this sucker. I can actually pull these babies off, and that's that. So that's one piece taken off. Done. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unhook these right here. I'm going to unhook both of these, and I'm just going to pull them off. I'm going to pull this out of here, and I'm going to put the screw back on for now. Okay, I'm putting the screws back on for now. And I'm going to pull it all the way over here. So it's completely out of the way, and there's no electrifying me. I'm going to bend it up just in case my honey comes home and opens the frickin' garage on me. That would be a nightmare. So I got Phillips heads that I got to pop out. So I got to get I got my Robbie. It's a cheap one, but it'll do the job. That's one side, and that's the heavy side. All right, hopefully this doesn't fall on my head. And that's that. That sucker's done. All right, we did the first part of the job. Demolition! Next, we got to make our holes to hook our other light. And we want to try to make it pretty much even with this one. Okay, so anyway, all of our wires are on this side. So what I need to do is I need to attach this side closest to the other light and the other Romex wiring that you saw up there. And we're going to come through this little hole right here. So I got to knock that baby out of there. So what I got to do is I got to stand it up, and I'm going to take a hammer and just pop that out, and then we can fish our line through. Okay, so I got to pop that out of there. So I'm just going to take a little screwdriver and pop it through. Doesn't take much, and it just comes right out. Now we got a spot where we can run our wire. So I pull that off, we run our wire right through there, no problem. I only need to get it about 3 inches, and these will hook up, and this ground will hook up too. So all 3 of these should hook up, no problem. So what I'm going to try to do is screw this into the ceiling, and all the weight's on this side, so it should hold it. And then I'm going to put another one over there. And I'm going to use two the same kind of screws that they used before. All right, we're going to give her a go. What I'm going to try to do is screw this in on this side, and I needed to get it, most of the weight is right here. So let's pull this out of here for now. And I'm going to put it, I think I'm going to put it right in the same spot. That should be good. Then I'm going to hang this off of that one. And as you can see, we got lots of room. Now, I can go ahead and just tighten that baby in there. For right now. Good. That one's good. Now I got to put one more on the other side. It's a little crooked. So I'm going to push it over just a little bit until it looks pretty straight. How's that? Right about there. That looks pretty good. All right, now let's put this last screw in. Now we're set. We're ready to rock. Excellent job, Tom. All right, now we got our fixture set up. All we got to do is wire it, and we're golden. We're just going to put these wires through that hole and hook them to these little leads right here, and we are rocking solid. Let's see if I can do it without killing myself. All right, so I'm going to pull this back. All right, we're going to push these through here. If you can see it. That's through there. That's what we want. Now we're going to hook them into here. Now the question is, will that work? Possibly. Possibly without me getting electrocuted. So here's the white one. I'm going to try to get this closer so you can see it better. So first things, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put on my white wire. And we're just going to slip it right in there. All right, that's in. Now we're going to put on our black wire. Slip it right in there. All the way. Bam. Done. So now this, I do believe, is the ground. Let's go ahead and just push it in. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to go back and turn it on and see if there's any problems. All right, that seems to work. Let there be light, and there was light. Now what I got to do, is I got to put all those wires in there. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on it, and we're going to go ahead and secure it. Here's a closer view. So we've got these all put on there. They seem to be pretty good, but I'm going to put some tape around that and tape it all back up in there. And then all we got to do is just push this cover back on there, and we're ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to use this rubber electrical tape. It's super thick. I'm just going to rip off a couple little pieces so that I can, when I get up there, I'll be able to wrap them around. And I got to turn the light on, of course, so I don't get killed. All right. Just extra precaution. Just extra precaution, just in case. You know, you don't really need to, but just to make sure that, you know, if a lead gets off or something, it doesn't cause any kind of problem. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Push it on there. And then we're going to push this up in here, inside of here. And then I'm going to tape this, or maybe I'll just push it into the side. And that should be that. Now all we got to do is just smush this in and pops it on, just like that. That's it. That's done. Can you believe it? All right, I think we're good. Now let's go test it and see if it works without burning down the house. All right, here we go. Ta-da! All right, we are there. Let me just see if I'm going to get electrocuted. I guess I'm okay. No electrocution. Woo! All right. Hey, we just did something we never did before. I would recommend you calling an electrician. But if you're, want to give it a shot, you can try it. It's dangerous. 125 volts will knock you right off your aluminum ladder, and I don't recommend it. But I'm going to try everything, and I'll make a video about it. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out all the other videos that I do like this, just putting stuff together and trying it for the first time. All right, cool.